Good morning. It's like 5:30 on April 15th, tax day. Sept to cancel that. I walked outside and that's a half moon with three stars above it. You can only see the one at the top right, but there's one just slightly above to the left and then one even further to the left of that. And I just heard from the Mahedi, and he sent me an email that said, reminds me of better days. And it was a link to a song. And I'm like, yes, because he hasn't responded to the two emails that I sent him once on March. Oh shit, was that March 3rd? Or was it March 9th? I think it was March 9th, where I sent him an email to him and his cousin. To him, his brother, and his cousin that said, you are the Mahdi. And then it included a hadith that said, it's the one about, his face will shine like a star. He's got a prominent nose and a broad forehead and a black spot on his left cheek. Well, when we had lunch, I pointed out I was like, what is that? He's like, what do you mean? And he pulls out his phone. He's looking at it or whatever. But he had no clue why I was asking, and I didn't follow up with anything. I was like, yeah, whatever. We just move forward. I talk about that in the book. And anyway, so yeah, when I told him he was the Mahdi, I didn't said anything, no follow-up email until his birthday. And on his birthday, Mecca and Medina and Texas all went under shelter-in-place, lockdown, curfew order, or whatever you want to call it. And so I sent him an email that said happy birthday, and then in it I'm like, well, the reason Sarah and Hagar had visions from their past is the same reason our moms did. And then your mom told me about hers in 2016. My mom told me about hers in 2018, the same year that I had my vision. So you're going to have yours next, very soon, at some point. Only God knows when that's going to happen. And the reason that his face, quote, shines like a star is because he looks like a movie star. That's it. So, when I woke up just now, an hour ago or whatever, I was surprised to see an email from him. I was like, what the fuck? So I walk outside and I'm like, I look up and I see that half moon. And it was weird because it stunned me as I see that and the three stars above it. And anyway, so morning. So anyway, I'm like, what the hell? It stunned me when I saw it. I was like, oh. And then I realized half a moon for God to have sort of orchestrated. I teed up an email to him, and I said, I haven't said it yet, but it's a picture from my place, from where I'm living, my room, my current location on Darkwood Drive, of an 11-minute walk to Heaven Lane. So I'm going to send to him an email that says, on your walk to Tulane, which is right down the street from where he lives, on your walk to Tulane, and then just include a link to a Wordsworth poem that was never completed called The Prelude. And basically when you read it, it echoes my friend's book that he never completed. And it was inspired by his Wordsworth's friend Samuel Coleridge, Samuel Coleridge, who encouraged him to write this book, which he never finished. So I'm going to send a link that says on your walk to Tulane, and then include the link to Wordsworth because that's the street that he'll pass on the way to 2 lane down the street from his house. And hopefully that gets him to think what other streets are on his walk, because I also include an image of my walk from Darkwood to Heaven Lane. And coming outside and seeing that half moon, what a wonderful day to see that, because Wordsworth and Coleridge's books were designed to be put together to compete with Milton's Paradise Lost. Just like my book and Mahdi's book, hopefully he'll get to writing it soon, are designed to be coupled together as Isa and Muhammad as their answer. So anyway, but the moon sort of wraps everything up. You can kind of see it looks whole, but you see how on the right, the sort of top right, it looks like it's cut off? Well, if you were here now, you would really just see it's exactly, I would say it's exactly a half moon. But, yeah, I can zoom in on it. Yeah. It still looks a lot fuller than it is because it's cut in half the way I'm seeing it, because today's April. It's the morning of April 15th. So, anyway, I think about these things. Hopefully that'll be a fun puzzle for him. The only other thing I want to say is that I posted on Facebook a second time a couple videos ago on this channel, and that was on Friday, to prophecy of natural disaster, or to prophecy of plague on Sunday, and then the worst tornadoes, deadliest tornadoes or something in like 4 years or 5 years hit on Easter Day, that started from a storm that started in Texas and went all the way up to the Carolinas. And then the storm continued without tornadoes all the way up to New York City, which is interesting because it sort of followed the path of my journey, I guess, from Texas to Charlotte back in 2018. And also my friends on Facebook, which I had my account deactivated for quite some time, since October 27th of 2018, when the Tree of Life shooting happened. My friends on Facebook sort of are in that corridor between Texas and New York City. So anyway, he's not friends with me on Facebook, but maybe his cousin or someone, because we have mutual friends, was on there. So maybe she saw it and was like, oh yeah, James said this, you know. It's interesting that he would send me that email and also say better times. Better times, those weren't better times. They just think they're better times compared to where we're at now. But he doesn't know what's in store. And when he realizes what's in store, when that happens, he's going to say, oh man, I'm never going back to that. You know, he'll never look at 2017 in that music video that he sent me an hour ago. He'll never look at that period as the better times, because what's in store is the best of times. So I think about these things.